Hello, everybody. I'm Flo Magdalena, and I'm the founder and the executive director of Soul Support Systems. And today we're going to do a very small overview of the work so that we can talk about some of the elements that are important in soul recognition. And then we're going to do a little exercise to assist us to begin to utilize some of those ideas in our lives and as we will learn in our bodies and in our cells. Because the work of soul recognition is to bring us home, but to bring us home in the body. This is about being present. And it's about honoring the life force inside of us and really doing the best we can with that life force, which is very pure. It's very ancient and it's very real. And so in this work we become accustomed to or connected to being an example of what that flow of energy is about, where it comes from, how it's grounded, where it's sourced, what it wants, what it's yearning for, and taking that connection that we feel with our own being and beginning to experience that with others. And then making a circle of consciousness that includes everybody. So if there was one thing that for myself as the founder of this work I would say is that the soul recognition work is specifically designed to bring the tribe together, to bring the family of soul so that we can express and experience together in a way that we haven't for very, very many, many years. And the work is based on the idea that we all carry a seed of light. That's S-E-E-D, a seed of light. And that seed of light is located right at the bottom of the pointy piece of cartilage in the sternum, which is called the xiphoid process. And if you remember in biology class, you see the skeleton hanging there. There's a point right at the base, right here, of where the ribs come together in the center. It's pointing to the seed of the soul. It's very exciting. Now, in my imagination, this is what I think it looks like. And so the seed of light is radiating in all directions. And it's a pulsing and etheric point. So in other words, if we did a CAT scan, we might not see it. But if we breathe into the space in our body, we will feel it. And when we connect to other people, that's where that feeling of connection starts to activate. So the seed of light is called the chrysalis. I call it the chrysalis. And the interesting thing about the chrysalis is that it's not only in our body, but it's also in this place called the swing between worlds. And I want you to put on your little fairy hats, and I want you to imagine that you're about 3 years old. And I'm just going to tell you this little story that there's a swing in the universe, and it's an interdimensional space. And you sit in the swing, and it just moves back and forth, and you can see everything. You can see the beginning of time. You can see all of the lifetimes you've lived. You can see the whole universe that was created, all the mountains and the oceans and the rivers. And you can see it all from this interdimensional space. And if I say that to you like you're 3 years old, you're going to believe me. So keep believing me, okay? That there's a place that we can access, that we can call forth from interdimensional space, and we can bring it into here, and we can call that seed of light. And we can go home inside our body, and it's just like going home to the beginning when we chose to come into this lifetime. So if you think about it, this top part that's very gold, this is what we're going to consider the source. Doesn't matter whether it's God or goddess or monad or whatever, Allah, it doesn't matter, Buddha. There's a source energy of interconnectedness, and it's from the beginning. And it comes down into this beautiful chrysalis that we also call the swing between worlds. So the interdimensional space is a swing between worlds, and when it's in our body, it's the seed of light, okay? So as soon as we come into here, we choose what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. What are the patterns that we're going to live? What are the lessons we're going to learn? And what are the contributions that we're going to make? We come into the space, and then we come out the bottom as a ray of light. So all of us are coming out the bottom as a ray of light. So we're all different rays of light. Okay, so in the soul recognition work, what we do is we open this seed of light. So, and when we open it, it's as if for many of us, we've come home in a way that we never have before. We realize that the world is not black and white. It's not linear. That it's all a circle, that everything's connected. If we put past over here and future over here and we think, well, we're going to go down this little road, we actually understand as we do more of this work that it's a circle, that the future and the past are together, they're touching, and we're in the middle. So we have access to everything. We're not as unlimited, we're not as limited as we're conditioned to believe that we are. We're very unlimited. So as we go into the soul recognition experience, there's a couple things we do. The first thing is to make sure that that seed of light is understood to be a connecting link between other individuals. So we come into the space and we're immediately kind of transported into this feeling of interconnectedness. So that we all understand that this place is ours, but it's also shared. So it's the idea spiritually of microcosm, macrocosm, that we can be right here inside of ourselves, but we can be connected to everything. So when we come together as a field and we create this experience of congruence, in physics it's this experience of congruence, so we have congruent waves, we're coming together, we create in our mind the connection to this unified field, which is always there. Everything's always connected, and we just recognize it and connect to it. Okay, so when we come into the space of our own seed of light and we join with other people's seeds of light, we become a congruent field and we experience ourselves as unified. Now, we're always unified. We're part of nature, we're part of Source, we're part of Earth, but we don't recognize it. When we come into the soul recognition experience, our focus is on right here. Recognize it. Breathe. Recognize it. Come into this vertical column of your experience and be part of it. Merge with this, the sensation of yourself as being an energy field. And in some of the work that we do in the videos that you'll see after this one, we'll be working with the idea of ourselves as an energy field. Going back way thousands of years to experience ourselves as wheels of light. Balancing those wheels of light. Bringing in light from the top of our head, connecting into the bottom of the earth, through the bottoms of our feet, as if we're a tree and we have roots, going way down inside and coming way back up, and strengthening this vertical field of experience. So in the soul recognition workshops, we do both things. We connect horizontally around to other people in the group and create a unified field, but then we also stand grounded to the heavens and the earth and feel how strengthening that is in this central channel or core of our experience. All right, so in the soul recognition experience, we're also very much aware that we can breathe into the central channel and that there's a wave there. There's an actual wave that's working inside that central channel. Now, the interesting thing about the wave is it's the wave of life force, but it's experienced in the body as almost a birthing, the coming in and going out, the ebb and the flow. So as we come into the experience of this wave of life force, we can begin to journey. So part of the soul recognition experience is a journey that we have that takes us into spaces of awareness that we're not usually in. So the first part of the journey, of course, when we go to this interdimensional space inside, is experienced as everything that's been laid on us and conditioned on us and beliefs that we have and all of these kinds of grief and pain and separation and all the things that are a part of the human journey, those get lifted off as the soul starts to sparkle and get catalyzed and open up. Everything lifts off. So we have this essence that's growing deeper and into us and broader, and our awareness is also expanding. So you have the sense that this has been imploded on almost, and now as we open it out, we have the sense that we're creating an awareness of ourselves as a bigger field.